the garden because it's so pretty, and we get to plant flowers, and we get to just see the beautiful flowers that are in the garden.
I have fun with my teachers and friends. We sometimes do math games. It be really fun.
I love the activities, and I own the activities. Out of all the 2 years I have been at the Fresh Air Farm, it hasn't been one thing that they couldn't teach me.
It's definitely different than a regular school. We do have what we call regular school in the morning, but in the afternoon we have opportunities to swim and work in the garden, pick blueberries, have opportunities to go to drama and music. It's a more relaxed atmosphere, but it's a very enriching atmosphere as well.
This is a unique opportunity for students to get an experience that they wouldn't have here. We're always outside, whether we're doing lessons outside, in the garden, or just moving from place to place. We also take field trips every Friday where we get to experience different things out in the world, whether that be walking through a forest and through the creek and looking for crawfish and different bugs, or we're at the Museum of Flight and we're learning about how Alabama has had a role in flight.
I'm seeing a great amount of progress with these kids. At this point in the summer, our kids would do everything for each other, and we've become like a great family, and I look forward to spending time together each day.
Academically, I always see a lot of growth. We test them at the beginning of the summer and again at the end of the summer. We usually see an average of 2 to 3 months growth, which is significant because there's a typical trend of the summer slag during the summer, and so these children are getting to build upon skills and build upon their knowledge so that they're ready to go back to school in the fall. It's so fulfilling as a teacher just to see how far that they've grown academically and socially and emotionally. Coming together and congregating together, it's a very heartfelt, enriching time. We're really able to get to know each and every one of these kids and know what they love and what they don't like, and who they want to be when they grow up, and really get to target our lessons and our activities to those special qualities that they have and the things that they love, and bring that all back to the love of Jesus and sharing our faith with them. At the graduation ceremony, it's really a sweet time to see the culmination of all of their hard work that they've put into, whether it's the songs or the celebration of their achievements academically. It's a wonderful time for them to showcase to their parents and to the community of all the things that they've accomplished this summer. I think that we all feel like we're a part of a community here, a God-filled Christian community, kids and teachers. I think we all grow spiritually while we're here.
There's not just one word to describe this camp and this beautiful farm. I'm almost speechless when I think about how we've already gone through 6 weeks of camp.
Joy probably would be the word I would use to describe camp. I mean, the second they get off the bus in the morning, they're excited to be here. When they leave, they're sad they want to come back. So I think joy, just seeing it on their faces in the morning in academics when we're playing games, or in the afternoon when we're having fun in our different rotations. I think joy would be the experience I get from it, and I think the children also get from it as well.
Camp promise. The earth is the Lord's and everything in it. We love God's people and God's earth. We respect each other and ourselves. We give our best to work to fix our mistakes. We are promise keepers even when no one is watching, because God is always watching. This is our promise. The Pledge of Allegiance. Attention. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mary Hall, and it has been a joy to be one of the third grade teachers at the Children's Fresh Air Farm this year. I dearly love each and one of these boys and girls. They are absolutely precious. One thing that we've been working on a lot this summer is character development. And one way that we have done that is we've been working with the kids on developing and maintaining a growth mindset so that they can be resilient to any obstacles that may come their way. Also, another thing that we've been doing is having a character word of the week. And every week we focus on that character word, and we also tie it into one of the scripture verses. And the words that we've been working on are persistence, integrity, empathy, courage, cooperation, and kindness. And we have several students here at our camp that have gone above and beyond every single day to show these characteristics. And these are our campers of the week. And what I would like to do is recognize these students. So when I call your name, if you will please stand so that we can recognize you. Kimora Smiley. Sharon Forrest. Jonathan Lopez, Keon Cox, Amari Benton, Jose Miguel Pedro, Marcus Howard, Kiana Woods, Manuel Delgado Montes, Madison McCord, Keon Moultrie, Ashley Martinez Lopez, Kalira Williams, Denaria Lige, Amaya Daniel, Josiah Watts, Zephaniah Watts, Zechariah Watts, Celicia Francisco Jose, Javion Keene, Jose Cruz, Jennifer Delgado, Javion Woods, Brooklyn Peoples, Xavion Woods, Ramaya Bird, Jalea West, Jordan Curry, Jeremy Poe, Nigeria Phillips, Olivia Johnson, Kimberly Gonzalez Lyman, Kimora Smiley, Jalen Watts, and Casey Bullock. Congratulations, boys and girls. You've done a phenomenal job. Thank you, Ms. Hall. I want to echo Susan's words and welcome you again, and also thank you for the gift of your children and letting us spend the summer with them. It has been wonderful. And I now have the very easy job of bragging on them for the academic achievement that has been made this summer. You heard Ms. Michelson, our 4th grade teacher, reference our average academic gain over the last few summers, but you have to know that this year they blew it out of the water. They did amazingly well. Yes. We took a camp average, so many of you will remember that your children were tested before camp began 6 weeks ago, and then we tested again beginning Monday of this week. So after only 5 weeks of academic work in the morning, our students made an average of 2 months of reading gains over those 5 weeks, and an incredible 5.5 months of math gains in 5 weeks. Give special recognition to one class, which is 4th grade Miss Michelson's class, whose average math growth was 7 months in 5 weeks, which is truly. In addition to the academics provided at the Children's Fresh Air Farm, we're also fortunate to be able to offer enrichment opportunities to the campers that we have. So our morning program is academic focused, working on reading and math skills with integrated science. But in the afternoon, we get to play and have fun, and I'm sure as parents and grandparents, that's probably what you've heard a little more detail about. But we're fortunate to have so many incredible partners to be able to offer swimming and gardening, dance, theater, nutrition through our partnership with Healthy Happy Kids, and so many other sports and physical education as well. So we've invited a couple of those partners to be with us today. Many of them are here. Our PE coach, Beth, is here. Coach Beth, will you wave for everybody? Beth has been instrumental in integrating both physical education and academics to help us elevate the academics of our program and also the physical education being offered. A new partnership this year is with Healthy Happy Kids, and we're so grateful for that partnership between the farm and Healthy Happy Kids, UAB, and the IPC Foundation, all of whom made that a possibility. And with us today is Tiffany Osborne. Tiffany, you here? Awesome. Yes. Thank y'all. Tiffany is going to share a little bit about Healthy Happy Kids and their program, and as she does, you'll get to see some adorable photos of the kids participating in this program. Thanks, Tiffany.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. This has been an amazing summer. This is the first time that the UAB Minority Health and Health Disparities Research Center has been able to be a part of IPC's Fresh Air Farm, and we were just so elated when we found out that this 6-week program was going to be offered to children in the communities that we work in Kingston, we just felt like it was the perfect marriage. And so we were so excited to present this to them, because Healthy Happy Kids is a 6-week session where we go in and we teach the children about proper nutrition and physical activity. And so this summer, the children got an opportunity to learn about simple snacks that they can make at home without moms and dad. We don't need you, they can do this on their own, without sharp utensils or knives. They don't need an oven, but it's an alternative to those sugary snacks and fried snacks. They got to make butterfly bites. How many of you got to try those and enjoy them? I know you love those. Yeah, they kind of looked at them like they were crazy, but they were like, what is this? But we tried to marriage fun activities with hands-on snacks, with learning about the education of proper nutrition. So they learned about myplate.gov, in which they learned about proteins and grains and fruits and veggies. And so we had a fruit and veggie grab. They got to eat yogurt parfaits. And so it was just a really fun time. And so we got to spend that time with them over the last 6 weeks. And you're seeing some of the pictures and some of the fun things that your children got to take part in as our staff came in. We have several volunteers that joined us, but none of this would have been possible without my amazing team in the back there. Salita Garcia in the red, and Whitney Covington, if you would wave to everyone. Yeah, the kids know who they are. Yes. We just fell in love with your babies over the last 6 weeks, and we're just so glad that they were able to walk away with those hands-on skills that they can take home. And hopefully you guys are not asking mom and dad to buy more carrots. Who got mom and dad to buy more carrots? Oh, I saw it. Hey, nothing to be ashamed of. Carrots are good. The carrots are really good. But you see, last Tuesday, we had our HHK graduation, and so that's what you're seeing. At the end of the 6 weeks, the children all get to take home a kit that includes a bag. They get a jump rope, they get a ball, and a frisbee. So mom and dad, they might be asking you to throw the frisbee around in the backyard or hold the jump rope so we can do some double dutch. And then also in that bag was the list of recipes. And so that will stick right on your refrigerator. And so if you're forgetting about how to make those butterfly bites or that trail mix, you can just reference your cards, and that will show you how you can do that. And of course, you can take that to the grocery store and pick up those simple snacks. But we're just so excited about the partnership. IPC helped us with some funding to be able to make this program possible. And UAB's Minority Health and Health Disparities Research Center also picked up some of the slack so that we can give them the t-shirts and the aprons and the hats, and so take that home as a part of a memorable experience. Today they'll also get a workbook to kind of help them refresh about some of the things that they've learned. If you're curious about what your children have learned, we do have a table set up in the foyer. Please stop by, and so you can see what they were able to take home and some of the other things that they were able to learn over that time. But again, just thank you so much for this opportunity. And I did hear Catherine say that when you guys come back next year, and I said, hey, I perked up. So we're so excited that we'll be able to do this again. But thank you so much for the opportunity, and thank you for letting us love on your babies. I hope you guys had an amazing time.
In addition to being able to offer Healthy Happy Kids, we're also able to offer a music program, and our music teacher, Miss I. Brown, is with us today and is accompanying the kids in each of their pieces. Miss I. Brown, will you wave so we can thank you as well? One of the other partnerships that we're extremely grateful for is our partnership with Red Mountain Community Theater. Each week, yes, y'all can clap. Each week, the kids have 2 opportunities to participate in theater activities, whether that be games that help work on concentration and focus, whether that be working on games that target enunciation or other skills. They've had a wonderful time, and today, as a culmination of that, yesterday our 3rd and 4th graders presented to one another in a little stage theater format. But today our 5th graders are going to present their final pieces as a part of graduation. So first, we need to thank Miss Crystal, who's been our teaching instructor for theater. Miss Crystal. And I'm going to turn it it over to Miss Crystal and the 5th graders for their final showcase.
All 5th grade, come on.
One bright summer day, a grasshopper was hopping about a field singing and chirping to his heart content. Along came an ant, struggling to carry an enormous kernel of corn. "Hello there, ant, come sing with me," said the grasshopper. "It's too nice of a day to be working so hard, but I have to stock up for the winter," said the ant. "If you were smart, you would be doing it too." "Winter is a long way off," said the grasshopper. "Why worry about it now when it's plenty to eat today?" "Suit yourself," said the ant, and she kept gathering corn and seeds for the winter. When the snow started falling, Grasshopper grew very hungry. He saw ants feasting on the food they gather all summer, and he realized, plan ahead now and there'll be plenty later.
The north wind boasted of great strength. The sun argued that there was great power in gentleness. Far below, a man traveled a winding road. He was wearing a warm winter coat. As a test of strength, the wind blew so hard the birds clung to the trees. The world was filled with dust and leaves, but the sun came out from behind a cloud. The sun warmed the air and the frosty ground. The man on the road unbuttoned his coat. The sun grew brighter and brighter. Soon the man felt so hot he took off his coat and sat in a shady spot.
How do you do that?
Sometimes being gentle is better than trying to force things to happen.
There once was a speedy hare who bragged about how fast he could run. Tired of hearing him boast, slow and steady, the tortoise challenged him to a race. All the animals in the forest gathered to watch. Hare ran down the road for a while and then paused to rest. He looked back at Slow and Steady and cried out, "How do you expect to win the race when you are walking along at your slow, slow pace?" Hare stretched himself out along the road and fell asleep, thinking there is plenty of time to relax. Slow and Steady walked and walked. He never ever stopped until he came to the finish line. The animals who were watching cheered so loudly for the tortoise. They woke up Hare and scratched. Hare scratched and yawned and began to run again, but it was too late.
Toady was over the line. After that, Harry always reminded himself, don't brag about your lightning pace, for slow and steady won race. Slow and steady wins the race.
There was once a shepherd boy who tended his sheep at the foot of a mountain near a dark forest. One day he felt lonely, so he thought upon a plan so that he could get a little company and some excitement. He rushed down towards the village calling out, and the villagers came out to meet him. And some of them stopped with him for a considerable time. This pleased the boy so much that a few days later he tried the same trick. And again the villagers came to his forest, and began to worry the sheep. A few days later, a wolf actually did come out from the forest and began to worry the sheep. The boy, of course, cried out, "Wolf, wolf," still louder than before. But this time, the villagers who had been fooled twice before thought the boy was tricking them again, and nobody ran up the hill. So the wolf made a good meal of the boy's flock, and when the boy complained, the wise man of the village said, "A liar will not be believed even when he speaks the truth."
Thank you, 5th grade. Great job. Perhaps one of the most beloved activities at the farm is swimming. We are fortunate to be able to offer swimming every day at the farm, unless, of course, we have the dreaded thunderstorm. We're very fortunate to have with us today a few of our lifeguards who are in the back. Will you all wave? The lifeguards give of their time every day to make sure that swimming for us is safe and fun. And they also help provide swim instruction for the students. So 2 days a week they receive swim instruction, and 2 days a week they receive free swim. We are incredibly proud of all the progress made by our students in regards to swimming. The lifeguards check off different skills. And I asked them to give us some pool awards to recognize some of the people who've worked extremely hard this summer in the pool to make improvements and to become better swimmers. So in Ms. Hall's 3rd grade class, the two being recognized as best swimmer, and if you'll stand, are Xavius and Jazari. And in Ms. Hall's class, the most improved swimmer is Jaslyn. In Ms. Johnson's 3rd grade class, y'all can stay standing for when your friends get called. In Ms. Johnson's 3rd grade class, the two who have been identified as best swimmer are Jonathan and Jennifer. And Ms. Johnson's most improved swimmer is Kamaya. Ms. Michelson's 4th grade class, the best swimmer, Josiah and Kamora. And then there was a tie for most improved swimmer for Jacob and Jeremiah Reynolds. In 5th grade, again, a little bit of a tie. Twins seem to keep it tied up for us. Jeremy Poe, and then Brooke and Abby Wilson. And another tie, the 5th graders had it going on in the pool. For most improved, Ramaya and Nidaria. Thank you all so much. Y'all can be seated. Great job to everybody in the pool. Every single person here made an incredible accomplishment, whether they began as out of the water, no swimming, to just getting in and getting their face wet, or whether they were swimming laps in the pool or going off the diving board into the 8 feet. There have been accomplishments made all across the board, so we're so proud of each of you for taking on the new challenge there. At this time, we are going to have a presentation of the graduates, and so I'll invite the teachers and teaching assistants to come forward, and they'll present their class for graduation. As they present, students, if you'll stand, and everybody else, if you'll hold your applause until the whole class has been called, please. So, the first class to present for graduation is 3rd grade. The teacher is Miss Mary Hall, and her teaching assistant, Miss Frances Carson.
Well, good morning once again. I just want to say to my class, I dearly love each and every one of you boys and girls, and I wish you nothing but the very best, and I can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things that you're going to accomplish this school year. And I would like to say a huge thank you to my wonderful assistant, Miss Frances Carson. She has been phenomenal, and we have been a wonderful team. Right now, I'd like to recognize all of my student graduates. So please stand when I call your name. Jose Cruz, Casey Bullock, Keon Cox, Anaya Goodgame, Jerion Jackson, Javion King, Jaslyn Leonard, Nazareth McGraw, DeAndre Murphy, Pedro Renteria, Xavier Simmons, Jalen Watts, Jazari Watts, Kalira Williams, Ashley Martinez Lopez, Amari Benton, and Jayla West. Congratulations, boys and girls. Great job.
The second class to be presented for graduation is another 3rd grade class. Their lead teacher is Miss Johnson. Teaching assistants Miss Beasley and Miss Cruz. And again, especially to students, let's wait to applaud until the end. I know we're so proud of each other, but that way we can applaud everybody big at the end.
I'd like to say that I've enjoyed the class that we had this summer. Mary Stewart, Beasley, and Kendall Cruz have both been extremely wonderful teachers to teach with. And I think all of the students have enjoyed and benefited from our time together. Graduates, say your name, please stand. Jennifer Delgado, Brooklyn Peoples, Jalen Caver, Jamari Curry, Maya Daniel, Sharon Forrest, Olivia Johnson, Daryl King, Lenaria Lige, Jonathan Doroteo Lopez, Ashley Moore, Taryn Scott, Jalen Woods, and Jalen Woods. Congratulations.
Our next class of graduates is 4th grade, rising 4th grade. Lead teacher Miss Maggie Michelson. Teaching assistants Miss Dukes and Miss Fullen.
Well, good morning, and thank you, Catherine, and a special thank you to Mimi and to Marion. We, this summer, have had the best time working with these sweet kiddos, and I attribute all of our hard work, kids and volunteers, teaching assistants, to our great games. So I thank you, pat on the back, kiss your brains, because y'all are so smart. All right, our graduates for 4th grade are Jalea Bennett, Nikila Brenner, Jordan Curry, Manuel DeGala Montez, Danielle Earl, Jewel Edwards, Julian Escobedo Carrillo, Celicia Francisco Jose, Kimberly Gonzalez Limon, Miracle Holmes, Daryl Hood Jr., Jamarian Leonard, Relia McWilliams, Jose Miguel Pedro, Jacob Reynolds, Jeremiah Reynolds, Nicole Rutledge, Kimora Smiley, Christian Smith, Kennedy Thomas, Josiah Watts, Julia West, and Kiana Woods. Congratulations.
The final class to be recognized is Rising 5th Grade Lead Teacher Miss Corrigan and Teaching Assistant Miss Brando, who cannot be with us today because, as you may or may not know, all of our teachers are also teachers during this school year, and Miss Brando is away at a teacher training. So she's not with us today, but I know she sends her love and is so proud of her class. So, Miss Corrigan.
Goodness. I just want to tell you guys that I'm so very proud. I speak for Miss Brando as well. You guys rocked it this summer. We're just so proud, and thank you parents, thank you volunteers, thank you IPC, everyone that supports this program. We can't do this without the support and the love and the generosity of all of you. We appreciate you. 5th grade, let's bring it in one more time. You can stay seated. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 5th grade! Awesome. Okay. Ramaya Bird. Aaron Caver. Michael Craig. Marcus Howard. Eric King. Avante Lewis. Madison McCord. Jada Montgomery, Keon Moultrie, Nadaria Phillips, Jeremy Poe, Tyrell Lewis, Zechariah Watts, Zephaniah Watts, Walter White, Abby Wilson, Brooke Wilson, and Xavier Woods.
Congratulations again to all of this summer's graduates. I do want to recognize one very special group of graduates. You heard about our academic achievement this summer, and we know that one of the major elements of academic achievement is related to attendance. And there are some students who had perfect attendance for this summer. They attended every single day for 6 weeks. They faithfully showed up at the bus at 7:30 in the morning and came to camp every day ready to learn. So I want to recognize these students who attended each day. Perfect attendance awards. And if you'll stand, and everybody, again, if we can wait till the end, because we have a great number of students who attended every day of the program. Stand when you're called, please. Javion King, Nazareth McGraw, Jazari Watts, Olivia Johnson, Javion Woods, Nikila Bruner, Daryl Hood, Kimberly Gonzalez Limon, Kimora Smiley, Ramaya Bird, Marcus Howard, Jeremy Poe, Walter White, Abby Wilson, Brooke Wilson, Xavier Woods, and Kiana Woods. Congratulations. All right, at this time, I'd like to invite the 4th grade forward to present their final song. one more group that we cannot close out graduation without recognizing, and while I'm doing that, 5th grade, when 4th grade has gone, you go ahead and start coming up and getting set while we talk to these wonderful people. You've had a chance to meet so many of the staff who are a part of the summer learning program, but you haven't had a chance to meet yet the people who have given of their time as volunteers to the program. They are instrumental in what we do and in the achievements that we're able to accomplish academically and enrichment-wise. There are volunteers who have committed to every day of the summer learning program this summer. Some who've come twice a week and once a week so that we can offer one-on-one and small group instruction as often as possible. If you have been a volunteer, whether that's tutoring, coming for an enrichment activity, helping out in the mornings at the bus, or any other activity, helping us with field trips, would you please stand to be recognized? Some people are being shy. Thank you very much. And there are 3 volunteers in the room. I want to give a special recognition to David Woodruff, who stood just a moment ago. Jan Posey, who is in the middle of the 4th graders, and Mary Riley Deer, who is over there in the back, are the 3 volunteers who spent the most time with us at the farm this summer. Mr. Woodruff came every day of the summer learning program to be with us, and so we are incredibly grateful for all our volunteers, and especially those 3 who gave an immeasurable amount of time to the program. So thank you all so much. And with that, 5th grade. Campers, y'all stay for just a minute. We're going to pray and then we're going to close. I can't close without saying thank you again to our campers for all the effort that they gave this summer, for the smiles that they brought each day, for the joy and the love that they shared with us. To the parents and grandparents and brothers and sisters who got them to the bus each morning, who came to pick them up, who shared their love with us. To the staff of the Summer Learning Program, teachers, you are incredible. Easily the greatest group of people that I have ever had the privilege of working with. To our enrichment providers and our bus drivers and monitors who are here, who make everything possible. To our volunteers, and of course to Independent Presbyterian Church, who is the funder and helper of this program, who really make it possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. We are going to close with prayer, but a couple of announcements before we do. The song that we'll close with is the song that we closed chapel with each day at the farm, Trees of the Field. And I love the words because they say that you will go out with joy and be led forth in peace. And that is indeed our prayer for each of you and for each of your children, that you're led out of this place and into the world with joy and led forth and hopefully led back to us in peace. When we dismiss, the kids are going to be seated back by class. I'll call by classroom for you to be dismissed. You can pick up your child's supplies, and everything else is in the book bag. Everything they need to take home today is in the book bag. Make sure that you go carefully through it. The voucher for shoes is in there. The clothes, school supplies, everything is contained in that bag. So let's keep them, campers, listen, let's keep them zipped up until we get home so that nothing can get lost that's in the book bags. But I'll call you by class, you can get your book bag, and then campers are dismissed with their parents unless someone is not here, and then we'll get you on the bus and headed back to Hayes. So let's close in prayer. Holy God, we thank you for this beautiful day, for each camper of the Summer Learning Program, for the gift of sharing the last 6 weeks with them, for all that they have learned, for all the ways in which they have grown. We thank you, God, for Independent Presbyterian Church, for parents and volunteers and teachers, for everyone who makes this program possible. We are so, so grateful and overwhelmed with joy on this graduation day. God, we thank you for the message we've been exploring all summer, that we are loved more than we can know or ask or imagine, no matter what. May each person here indeed be led forth with joy and out with peace. Amen.